I'm about to. You stupid.
Hey, but
You know,
anybody that don't know, power comes from power that's on stars. That's part of the whole power universe that they doing around here. 50 Cent, stars, London about to skyrocket on out of here. Anyways, congratulations on that. Woo, man. Who else is on that cast?
you wouldn't even know. I know that I think they brought. I want to say that sounds shady, but Omar Epps is in it, and I'm saying the point I was going to make was I think they brought. He's one of those the familiar faces that I think they brought in to just like anchor it down. Um, there's Patina. Patina did Broadway, and it's Joy Badass is on there. It's a couple cats.
Ooh, heaters.
It's a couple people on there, man. So basically, for people who don't know, Power Book 3 basically is 50 Cent's character. We're going to his backstory. So the season that I'm doing is basically we go back into the 90s. And so I'm wearing the flat top and the joint. It's a 90s. It's nothing on TV like this. That's why I'm able to appreciate it, because we take it all the way back to the 90s. So that was like the last audition that I landed back early this year. You know what I mean? And that ain't nothing but God, man. I'm so grateful, man, just to even be working. Nigga, you know, acting is like an incredible temp job. Nigga, we work when we work. And then you don't even know. But I've told so many people your story about the McDonald's joint, about the little coffee joint you did.
Right.
That I said that people be like, how's acting? You know how? I said this. They don't even know you, and you don't know them. I said this nigga paid his rent off one coffee commercial. Nigga,
I did
like
for a year. Shout out to McDonald's.
When you said that to me, nigga, you don't even know, in my brain, I passed out. I said, damn. Because I personally only saw the commercial like one time. I said, if I only saw the commercial one time, but this nigga been paying his rent, I said, that commercial, it ran, like, nigga, when you land something,
let me tell you something. If McDonald's ever need a nigga to dance in another one of their commercials, feel free to holler at your boy, because I owe y'all. Y'all help me.
I'm out of here. That nigga paid his rent for a year.
This is what I want to talk about, man, because I feel like this isn't stated enough. Where did your fashion sense come from? Because as you can already see with the hat, you are a stylish individual, bruh. Where did it come from? Did you always have it? Bam, look at that. Look at that.
Nigga, who is this Lee?
That's Lee, brother.
Lee, you need a raise, Lee.
hey, Lee just started. Wait a minute. I need a raise. Shit.
Dude, to your question, there was very specific when it happened. In the 8th grade, my mother got me an Easter fit. I wasn't a suit, nothing like that. She bought me a plaid shirt, some Dockers. But I was like, man, if I was like, I can't go back to my old outfits. Lee, I already said, I already vouched that you should get a raise, nigga. You gotta keep pushing the nigga. But I wore a nice outfit. I wore my little plaid shirt, my Dockers in the 8th grade. I was like, man, I can't go back to my old fits. And so at the time, my uncle was staying with us, and nigga, I started wearing his clothes because he had some decent clothes. So I started, I started wearing his clothes so that I didn't have to go back to my old clothes. So I became cognitive of what I was looking like in the 8th grade. And so now,
Take that expeditiously. We just hit y'all with another big word, cognitive. We just hit that, and I graduated with a 4th grade education, and shout out to London for that.
I love words. I love words. I love reading into words. But dude, I became aware of that. But what I realized is that our reputation is based on our consistency. So if I want to be known for being a good person, I want to be known for my style or whatever it is, photography, whatever it is. I just need to do it. Nigga, look, think about it like this. People consider you funny because they've seen you be funny. That is the consistency.
Consistently is the key word, like you said.
Because cats, as you already know, people don't speak to you, nigga, when they don't think you funny. If you just a nigga that's bombing or whatever, cats ain't being befriending you. They had to say, "Oh man, we seen Justin Rip before," so. And then you get welcomed into the comedy circle, if you will.
I done broke up friendships. I done befriended somebody before I saw them perform. And they performed and and went up on stage and bought. I can't be this nigga friend. What would people think of me walking around with you? I've never done that, but I would. Don't you bring your unfunny ass around me. All right, I'm listening. My bad.
Do y'all see the energy I was talking about earlier? You see the a-holish coming through?
I don't mean to do a sidebar because I forgot even what the fuck I was asking you. But the best quote that you used to say all the time, oh man, I still live by it. It's to create the energy you want to be around.
Nigga, it create the energy that you want to be around. I realize this, bro, that a lot of times, man, people walk around and they be in a funk. They be in the, I'm like, I'm cool on that, man. I'm out of that. I'm not into that negative draining energy. I realize, man, that we have to create the energy that we want to be around. If you want to be around positive, you want to be around uplifting, you got to generate that because it's almost like there are a lot of people who really, they get out of bed and they be in a down mood. I'm like, I'm cool on that. What I think about is when people leave me after they interact with me, how is their energy? You know, do people feel drained? But think about yourself. Nigga, when you get there are certain phone calls when the name come up, you be like, why do we feel that when the name, you didn't speak to him, you just saw the name, and you be like, oh, I don't want people to feel that way with me.
Yeah, I don't. Every time Oprah calls me, I'm like, man, why the fuck she blowing up my phone again? You know, go take your ass on and run your network and get out my. That never happened. Shout out to Oprah.
I'm trying to scream.
I'm just trying to name drop people just to.
No, it's okay. That's what it. We have to create the energy that we want to be around. Because I'm telling you, man, people will drain you. That's why when I look at the photos and I see me, you, I think it's a photo of me, you, Brandon Phillips, and Reggie. We was what's the open mic we paid $5? Marty's. We got that photo, and I remember there's another one, me, you, Chinadu, and we just kind of sitting in the office in the little lobby area.
Right.
I'm like, that's good vibe. That's good energy. I'm not, dude, nigga, the life is already draining. I'm not trying to be around people that's not about being progressive. And it's important that we keep people around us because you tell people your ideas and you be like, what? You tell people ideas, and they come right back. Be like, yo, man, I'm work. I remember your back to school joint. What's the name of your script?
Homecoming.
Homecoming.
That's what you're talking about?
Say again?
Well, I think that's what you're talking about. My Homecoming movie script. Mm-hmm.
If you tell you mess around, you tell somebody, you be like, yo, man, I'm working on the script, man. And what'd you say it was a remake of? Or what'd you say it was? You said it was something of a.
Oh, you mean Half Baked? You talking about Half Baked too?
One of them joints. If you tell somebody, you'd be like, yo, man, I'm working on Half Baked too, man. I'm remixing. I'm about to put, and people be like, you sure you want to do that? You know, I mean, because Chappelle already did it. You don't do that. People will. I don't know what that is, but people really will will tear your stuff down.
Absolutely.
Like, yo, why are you? People wake up with that thing. I'm cool on that. I mean, I'm the.
What do you do? What do you do when you interact with people like that? Do you walk away? Do you start doing business with them if they're in your team of representation? Like, how do you deal with that?
One of the main things I do is that when I start finding people are in a negative space, first of all, if it's someone that I have to deal with on a personal level, I'll call them out on it, and I say, "Yo, do you understand? Did you just see what you just did?" And be like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "That was a negative thought. Did you catch that?" And I'll call them out on it right then and there, so they can really understand and identify that sickness. People don't even know that they do it. I'm like, yo, what you just did was negative. I call them out on it not to make them feel bad about it, but so that they understand what actually just happened. I'm like, yo, was that a positive thought or was that a negative thought? And they say, yo, man, that was a negative thought. I'm like, yo, I know. I'm helping you to realize not to do that, because that is going to be, forget me. I can never talk to you again. But for yourself, I don't want you to walk around functioning in this negative space of energy. Forget all, cut that out. You draining yourself. Mm-hmm. Forget all of that. And hopefully, by calling them out on it right when they do it, is to create a more positive vibe. I'm not trying to tear nobody down. That's why, even on my post, I let white people know that I'm not the white people that like me. I'm not one person on Instagram.
Right.
I don't like racism.
I was actually gonna get to that. Was actually gonna be my last question, which is how do you handle, because you're very vocal about being Black, being African American, Black Lives Matter, but I know you do have a white fan base also. And is there ever a time where you feel like